So there's an incredible amount of SMT at the moment. I mean, the NASDAQ has been drowning all day, and you have ES still just kind of in its morning range. So I'm taking a stab along here, hoping that we get a close within this hourly fair value gap here, but this is a new day opening gap, this yellow shaded area. I do believe that the other indexes probably need to come down short term, but for now, I mean, I don't necessarily know how much lower NASDAQ goes, so that's why I chose to take the long there. And we're just going to see what happens. And I did take the long also because we just pretty much bounced off the regular trading hours gaps high. And that created SMT as well. Add another one there. Just eyeballing the midpoint. As well as where it was in this inversion. At least what I'm counting on to be an inversion. Targeting. Let's see. Possibly the hourly high. I mean, 15-minute, that kind of adds up nicely. That's not a whole lot. It's about 1-to-1 into the 15-minute fair value gap. That would be the least I expect for this trade. So right about there, we're about 1-to-1, meaning we're most likely in the 15-minute fair value gap. Yep. We'll look to partial 1 in there. Start on the executions. I do like this high. I mean, ES is just powering through. But so if we look over here, I have 49.59.50 as a target that I'd like to see for ES. So we could be chasing that, and I'm going to let NASDAQ run, assuming that ES is going for that level on the daily time frame, which is this daily swing high. So I just want to put my stop where I'm pretty much, yeah, I took it off about there. A 15-point stop. That's pretty much where I'm flat in the trade. You know, if this comes up against me, which I really don't expect it. But we're just going to hold on and let this one run. I'd like to see speed out of NASDAQ here. So we have ES probing a high, a little short-term high here, right? Then you also have, there you go. Good, I need NASDAQ to push through. Dow could be cause for concern in terms of the S&T. So for that reason, we're going to move our stop to even. Just about here. I'd like to see the NASDAQ really begin to kind of take off and cover some more ground. All right, that's a better push. Let's go for that hourly high. This is going to be our target right here. And what I also can do is I can hold this until ES, which is risky though, until ES takes its target up top. We have this fair value gap right here, which seems reasonable. And this is also the midpoint of a regular time trading hours gap. If I can get clear SMT on the lows, and it's where NASDAQ is showing strength and ES is not, that would be a reasonable time to add a contract. Or if I can get it with, Dow taking the low and NASDAQ not, but the premise being that the stronger two give up a short-term low and NASDAQ decides to hold it. That would be an add point for me. So you can call that what I was looking for, but it's not. Would have liked a more prominent low to be taken, something like this, or this, right? And NASDAQ not take this. But that's okay. That just means I'm not adding. So there's not a whole lot between this high to this fair value gap. Another 7 or so points, so I'll probably take it off above the high instead, unless we get some real speed through here. We'll see as it prints to what I'll do. I'm just giving it a shot here to skyrocket, but if it really starts to hesitate, I'm gonna call it. I like that type of action. I don't want to see it leave just short. We're gonna get out right here at that whole number. Right before 600s. That type of hesitation I don't love to see. Created SMT with the other indexes. It's choppy. And at that point, I mean, exiting where we were, probably right around 97, to our high target was another 5 or so points, so not the biggest deal in the world. Also wasn't showing me what I really wanted to see in terms of SMT on lows. That's why I never added. I had the limits there in case it was going to do it wick quickly, but that was, that wasn't given. So yeah, that's, we'll do a quick recap. So quickly we had SMT on the lows here and here, right after 2 o'clock, after a new 4-hour candle opens. So we have the manipulation there. Probably should have measured that for science, right? So right at 2. And then 2.5 is pretty much right over the high. The 1-hour fair value gap is right here, pretty much between 2 and 2.5. I entered here. So we had the SMT. We also had the gross, overly sold SMT. So that's why I took the first entry where I did as we were coming into this order block. Looking at S&P's range, right, and how much NASDAQ had also moved. Mind the executions. These are just testers. Let me just get out of here. I was doing a live stream earlier, so I was just checking latency and everything. Couple break evens, maybe one small profit. Anyway, so we can see how NQ made all this way to the downside. And if you look here, as I'm coming down, you see yes, holding. Assuming, right, that ES is headed for this high up here. So the first long was before it really presented any sort of, well, I guess it did. You could say that this fair value gap, right? Little 2022 model right here. So take low, market structural shift, enter below 50% of the range in the fair value gap. There you go, 2022 model. First one here, second one as we're inverting this bearish fair value gap, and then it was kind of off to the races from there. Solid trade. ES respecting this little 5-minute fair value gap from here. That's actually a pretty easy to target. It's your market maker buy model. Smart money reversal, low risk sell first. Well, I guess you could call this first accumulation, second stage reaccumulation, and then the expansion. But it's always kind of confusing reading the stages, so I just, as long as I could eye down the low risk sell, I'm happy with identifying the model. So not bad. We stopped just shy of the target, so not upset about taking position off where I did. And that was it. Also, so there's the exits. And also, if you look, what's important about SMT is that when we create the SMT, it's tapping into a PD array, right? So when we did create that SMT, ES was in a 5-minute inversion, as well as 5-minute fair value gaps. NQ is in its hourly, right, around here, or at least around it, as long as it's hourly order block. And it comes down and touches the top end of the regular trading hours gap. Immediate push up with a strong wick, creating a rejection block, right? So 25 points, quick push, good strong candle back down, buy the scary candle, and then ride it up, to your targets. And we partialed one just in terms of points. So at around 15 points or so was the target for first partial, about $300 per contract. And then the second one, we were just targeting liquidity. But, obviously we exited before. So probably just around $1,000 for that trade. And that's going to be all.